Mr. Reeves? A little bit more information would be nice. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. Matt Reeves, he was on a podcast, the Q&A with Jeff Goldsmith recently, and I guess it was actually before the New Year's on December 29th, and now all of a sudden this is coming out. It's pretty interesting. I guess, sometimes information doesn't move that fast. Sometimes it's relatively slow. But he gave us a little update on that Batman script. Sadly, we're not getting Affleck's Batman script. It's a little weird, with everything that was going on with Justice League, and we heard that Affleck and Johns was working on the script, and all of a sudden Affleck had said that he didn't find something that he was happy with. You got to wonder, with some of the drama that's happened behind the scenes with that, and more stuff that I'm gathering. I mean, I know I've been saying, don't point the finger at Johns, but when you start putting, you start kind of gathering the pieces, you're going like, well, wait a minute. Why all of a sudden are they not using a script that's written by a comic book writer and a man who knows how to write screenplays? It just makes me wonder. You guys can yell at me all you want for not saying, let's not point the finger at Jeff Johns. Starting to come around a little bit because it's like, you start seeing well, wait a minute, that, I'm just... sometimes I just take my time. I try to gather all the information, but I'm not going to totally, grab my pitchfork and a torch and go to Jeff Johns' house yet. But, it's a little interesting. But anyways, this is what Reeves had to say. He said, I'm outlining. I have the story worked out, and I'm outlining. So he's outlining. That's all we got so far. Nothing else. Sadly, we don't know who's involved, what's going on. Is Affleck going to actually be in it? Is it going to be a whole new trilogy? Is it going to be a separate thing? Who knows what's going on with it, guys? I mean, I would love to see Reeves and Affleck working together, and Affleck can go out on a high note, even though it's, he's done the character 3 times, but he's only, been involved with this thing since 2014, technically, that Batman vs Superman coming out in 2016. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I would very much love for that to happen. I would love to see those two working together and coming up with something, whether it's a trilogy or just even one movie. Who knows what's going to happen. It's all up in the air right now because, like I said, Warner Brothers and DC Films, they just hired on, what's his nuts? Mr. Walter Haramba. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hopefully he could course correct a little bit, because it's not so far off the beaten path. Remember, Wonder Woman was still a huge success all around. Her third highest gross in America and everything, critically praised and everything. So just Justice League kind of just made it go a little bit. That's just what happens when you try to change someone's vision almost in 6 months. Jesus. It's just postpone the movie. Why not? That's a whole other thing. I'm probably going to do a video about that. The whole, why didn't they postpone Justice League? Because now, all of a sudden it's coming to me of how, obviously the reasoning behind that is just fucking douchey. If that's the real reason, which, I can't see why it wouldn't be the reason because it would benefit him so much. But that's going to be a whole other video. But, when it comes to Batman and stuff like that, I really would want to see Affleck return because, I love his Batman, and I'm sure you guys do too. But that's all we have so far. He's outlining, guys. So he's got a story involved. He's probably got characters involved. It's just who's those characters, That's what I want to know. I want to know who the villains are, and who's the allies. Are we going to see some Robin, some Nightwing, some Catwoman, something like that, So who's going to be in the Bat family? Who's going to show up in the Bat family? I guess we'll find out soon, hopefully. Let me know your thoughts about it down below, guys. What do you think about this? Hit that thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel, too. Follow me in the social media stuff floating above my head. And, of course, I got shirts and stickers. Go get them, guys. Talk to you later.